What's up YouTube? HoneyBee here, bringing you a new Mortal Kombat 1 video. In this video we're going to be talking about and breaking down the newest DLC cameo in Mortal Kombat 1, which is Mavado. He just came out yesterday. There's a lot of tech floating around about this character, some hot takes as well. You know, he does make you lose 100 HP, which for a lot of people is going to be an immediate like disqualification in terms of whether or not you want to use this cameo. But let's talk about him in his pretty much entirety from what I can determine in a day of playing him. We're going to talk about him. We're going to break down his moves, how you can use him, and how you can do some cool stuff with Reptile, and maybe you can use some of these tips and tricks into whatever character you may. I have Reptile Mavado over here against Johnny Mavado. You can see 900 HP for Reptile, 850 HP for Johnny Cage. That is pretty significant, right? This is the only cameo in the game that brings your HP down 100. Other cameos can bring it down by 50, like Kano or Mataro. You know, those kind of guys can bring you down a little bit. But this one's pretty different. 100 HP loss. So why does he bring your health down so much? He has a lot of really good moves. Let's talk about his good moves and, you know, how they work. So he has standard cameo, this trap. It uses your full cameo bar, and this trap is insanely good. You can use it on offense, you can use it on defense, you can use it in traps, in setup situations, in pressure situations. It's good for a lot of things. Let's say you're using it on offense, right? You could do something like something kind of stupid into trap, kind of similar to how Striker's grenades would work. Now remember, this is a full cameo, but you're gonna get a full combo if your opponent tries to press a button there. So it's giving you that same type of Striker grenade coverage, except it is a full cameo bar, so you're not gonna be able to do that over and over and over again, but you know, that's going to be a decent option when you get knocked down. As long as they're not doing a move that's going to break your armor, you can basically just get up with that, toss this mine out, and you'll be all right. So Mavado also has this back cameo move. If you're full screen or anywhere on the screen, he can pull you two together. You'll take 2%, your opponent takes 8%, but you'll see that you actually get up quite a bit quicker than your opponent, meaning you actually get frame advantage to do something before your opponent can. This can be really good an anti-zoning tool. If you do manage to get your opponent to like block this, for example, it says +9. Like, he's actually very plus off of this. So you could do something like that. Now the thing is, it is a high. Your opponents could just poke you, but sometimes you could potentially just get away with doing stuff like that. So there is that as well. One really important thing that he has as well is this kick that he does. Now that's like an OTG. There are ways to actually make it combo. If it does combo, it's not going to do a whole lot of damage. So for example, if I do sweep, that's actually a combo right there, right? But if I do sweep, I can delay it and then make him come out, and then that's it does like 2% chip, just under. But this can prevent your opponents from actually being able to wake up. So if I have Johnny's set to wake up, right, with a shadow kick, now you can't wake up. So you can kind of do this to prevent people from waking up. They might have to then take like whatever you're gonna do after for pressure, you know. It's gonna open up some options like that, and it's always good to have like this thing in the back pocket that can make you do this extra damage. Now if they're not blocking, that extra hit could do an extra 6% if they're just not blocking it. And sometimes people aren't going to block it. They're not going to expect this extra hit to come at the end of a combo. I could be just doing a regular combo, whatever, like this, and then he'll just come in and do another 6%. So he has this other move called Just Dessert. It costs 2 bars of super meter, and you can only use it after performing a flawless block. It also costs half of a cameo bar. So what it does is it's essentially like a push block. It gets your opponent off of you, but it also does 7% damage, which can be kind of important. So if I flawless block an attack, you could spend 2 bars and half a cameo, and you'll push your opponent off you, and you'll do 7%. Now this can be good to like just, you know, create some space or whatever. You're getting pressured or something by your opponent, you know, you can get them off of you. Can be pretty useful. And last but not least is 2 of these other moves that he has as well. Both of these moves, it's called Best Feet Forward and Nin Drop. They can only be used when your opponent is vulnerable to a juggle combo. And this makes it very, very strong. So let me explain why. You can have, if your opponent's in the air, if you do up cameo, he'll do this drop that comes from the ceiling, right? Side cameo, he does this thing that comes from the side. Now, what makes this move so good is the fact that it's only coming out on hit. It extends, it's very, very fast, so it's gonna give you combo opportunities off of a lot of things that otherwise wouldn't. So, for example, with Scorpion, I could do something like stand 3 into up Scorpion, and the fireballs will have you continue the combo, and you can do whatever. Now, while that's really good and everything, I have to commit to using my cameo bar with a character like Scorpion, with a character like Janet, like that's giving you extensions. Sonya, for example, you have to commit to using your cameo bar because you can always call those guys out. With Mavado, this is only coming out if they're in a juggle state, meaning on block you save your resource, you don't have to spend anything. On hit, you're getting a full combo. So if my opponent's blocking, if I'm pressing side cameo right now, I'm pressing side cameo, nothing's coming out. I'm pressing up cameo, nothing's coming out, right? But if he gets hit, and I'm just mashing it, right? If he gets hit, now he gets juggled. Now I get a full combo. I can get something like this, for example. Almost 34% for like a move that's like already safe, right? A move that's already safe, and only on hit do I have to spend the resource to get this combo extension. I can do the same thing with sweeps. I can get 28% off of a sweep now and without having to commit to using the resource. Now, I could potentially get this kind of combo with like a Scorpion or a Janet, but if they block, I'm using half my cameo resource, and then that's it, right? With Mavado, if they block, it's fine. If they block, my sweep sets me back to neutral. I'm at -7, right? Even if I'm in their face doing this, we're getting set back to neutral, -7. That's very strong. I think that's very strong for Reptile. So now I have like an 11 frame safe sweep that sets me back to neutral, where if my opponent's blocking, it's whatever. If they get hit, now I get a full combo. At the very least, I can get like a 20% conversion based on like the gravity of where they are and stuff. Sometimes the force ball is not going to connect. I could always go for a conversion like that for 22%, but if I get the like optimal, it's going to look something more like that for 28%. So either way, you're getting anywhere from 20 to 28% damage for just one cameo bar off of a completely safe sweep that has great range, that pushes you back to neutral. This is where I think, you know, Reptile Mavado can be very strong using stuff like that. So that's essentially Mavado in a nutshell. Like, he provides you some great stuff with this trap. There's a lot to be explored with it. You can end combos with it. You can do setups, and you can use in pressure and against people. If they're like in the middle of a block string, you can still be calling this out there to try to get them pressing, somewhat similar to how striker grenades work. So that's going to be very, very strong. He has this thing, which is, you know, I think needs more exploration with it. He has this flawless block, push block mechanic that can get you off. He's the only cameo in the game that has anything like that. And yeah, and you get OTG stuff with your down cameo. after you hit them and stuff like that, which can be very good for like setups and stuff. And yeah, and he gets juggles that you don't even have to hit confirm, because you can just throw out this button, and then if you get them, then you get them, and now you get a full combo. So that's Mavado in a nutshell. That's essentially a lot of the stuff that he provides. I'll put together a couple combos and stuff to show you guys, but thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.
Yeah.